Okay, so we're going to be creating a digital mandala, something kind of like this, but definitely a little bit different. So there's a possibility, and then there are countless examples, but I'm just going to be asking you to design your own, and then we're going to be coming up with some specific colors to go with this. This unit has a lot to do with color, using it, etc., etc. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is I have to go to my Illustrator Triangle calculator. So your mandala is going to be a circle divided into 12 sections. And in order for them to be divided into 12 sections, I need to have a specific angle for the B up here. And so that specific angle needs to be 30 degrees. So if I want to make that 30 degrees, then that tells me, and that's the wrong one, I need this one to be 30 degrees. There we go. Which tells me that both of my base angles are going to be 75 degrees. Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing is that I want my base height to be 9 inches. So that tells me that gotta make sure I get this correct. I want A to be 9 inches. There we go. Okay. So this tells me that my two lengths are going to be 8.7 inches and 4.5 inches. Meaning that both sides, this side and this side, need to be 8.7, and then my base, here to here, that's going to be 4.5, and then I'll get a 30-degree angle. Really important, and I'm going to have you guys go through and calculate your own a little bit later. Now that I've written that down, I need to go to Illustrator, New File, and I need to make this, I'm going to make my width 10 inches, or sorry, my height 10 inches, and my width can actually be 5, because I have an 8.7 inch by 4.5 inch piece. Wrong direction, of course. I'm just going to change it, and I made it 105 inches. That would be the problem. 5 inches. Let's try that again. That's better. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up. I'm going to grab my line segment tool, and I'm just going to click once. Let go. It brought this up, and I'm doing my base. My base is 4.5 inches, and the angle needs to be 180 degrees. Okay? Meaning I want that angle to be flat because it's my base, and I'm going to hit OK. I'm now going to go up to my selection tool. I'm going to grab that path, and I'm going to drag it in. I also might want to go so I can actually see the thing. I'm going to make it big, 10 points for the stroke. I'm going to go back to my line tool. I'm going to click once. I'm going to put 8.7 because I know it needs to be 8.7 inches. And it's going to be at an angle of 75 degrees. Okay? I know that angle looks right because it's going to hook up here. And hit OK. Go back up to my selection tool, drag it down, and make sure that I line up those two anchors down on the side. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to my line tool, click once, really important. Now I'm going to just leave this at 75 degrees, and then I'm going to reverse it a different way. So I'm going to create a second one, take this, drag it down, but then I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to transform it, and I'm going to reflect it. So all it did was flip it. Then I'm going to take this and make sure that I line this up correctly as well. Come on. Really important, there we go, that I get that lined up correctly. Then I'm going to hit Control A to select all, right click, and I'm going to join them. Okay. You know that you join them correctly if you see the box kind of get weird on the side, best way to put it. Then I'm going to take my stroke and I'm going to move my stroke down to 1. And something's a little bit messed up at my top and at my side. Must not have lined them up perfectly. So one of the things I can do here is I'm going to hit Control Z so that it's not joined. And there's my anchor right there. So I want to go to my direct selection tool and see how if I zoom in, and this is going to happen from time to time, so this is going to be the easiest way to fix it. There we go. So I have 2 anchors. I'm going to grab this anchor and I'm going to drag it over until I get it on top of that anchor. And I'm just going to double check these. So close. There we go, on top of that anchor. And then I'm going to go up to the top. A lot of times it'll just snap them in, but for whatever reason it didn't this time. So anyway, I'm going to take that anchor. There we go. Now I know I have it right because I got the up top. So Control minus. That looks better. Now I'm going to hit Control A, right click, join them. Okay. So now they're a single shape. Now we're going to be using this to create 12 more pieces so they go together in a circle. I'm just going to show you how this is going to work real quick in Photoshop, just so you have an idea of where we're heading. So your goal for today is to create that triangle. There we go. So Photoshop is working on getting itself up. There we go. So I'm going to go back to Illustrator. I'm going to hit Control A and then Control C to copy.